Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. On Male Reality Lessons today, we're going to look at the hypocrisy taking place in today's political climate. While it's unfortunate that anyone loses their life, when you're hindering the situation of getting rid of the illegal aliens, specifically the criminals, out of the country, and in doing so, you want to promote more obstruction as well as harassment of these individuals while they're attempting to do their job on behalf of the American people, you got to ask yourself why. And lastly, we'll leave you with a stern message from the superintendent of police from an actual sanctuary city. Here we go.
And now that new video, as I said, it is so crucial because it was filmed by the ICE agent involved, but also because in that it is providing an angle we have not seen before. And it does give a whole new perspective. It also, though, raises new questions. Kyung La is going to go through this slowly, bit by bit, out front with this special investigation to look at every piece of video, that one and all the others, to say, what is the story here? And of course, I warn you, when you put all of these together, you will have to see what happened again and again.
Out the car.
For the first time, we are seeing the fatal Minneapolis shooting from the ICE officer's point of view, footage taken on his own cell phone. It's a critical angle of many cameras on the street that captured Renee Good's fatal encounter with ICE agent Jonathan Ross. Using surveillance footage, bystander video, and Ross's own phone, CNN synced multiple perspectives of the shooting and mapped this incident in 3D space. Taken together, they show the fullest picture yet of what happened that day. A home surveillance camera captures the moment Renee Good pulls up in a maroon-colored Honda SUV, 4 minutes before the shooting. 20 seconds after she arrives, her passenger and wife, Becca, wearing a white beanie, gets out of Good's car. Good then parks the SUV perpendicular in the road. Here's how Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem described what Good did.
ICE officers and agents approached the vehicle of the individual in question, who was blocking the officers in with her vehicle, and she had been stalking and impeding their work all throughout the day.
Available video doesn't show any possible contact Good may have had with ICE before this confrontation. What this video does show is that for a few minutes, while she is perpendicular to the roadway, several vehicles drive by. Even large SUVs are able to drive around her as she moves back and forth on the street. And that includes this light-colored SUV. It slowly drives around Good's car from the rear and stops. Agent Jonathan Ross is recording video from his cell phone as he crosses in front of Good's car, recording as he sees her up close. She looks calm, and you can see both of her hands as she talks to the officer.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad for it.
Renee Good's wife, Becca, who had been the passenger in the car, approaches. Cell phone cameras on the street start recording as Ross walks around Good's car with Good's wife following.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Renee Good backs her car up as the agent walks around the front of the vehicle. At the same time, on the other side, 2 more agents approach. One tries to open the door as Good backs up. Good's vehicle starts moving. From Ross's cell phone video, you see Becca, the woman in the white beanie, trying to get into the car again. You also see Renee Good turning the steering wheel to the right. She then accelerates, slowing this down again and matching the exact time of these two angles. This angle appears to show the vehicle moving close to the agent. But in this angle, he does not appear to be in the path of the vehicle when he fired. Seconds later, Becca Good runs to her wife, followed by the agent who fired his weapon. He briefly looks into the driver's side of the car and then walks away.
Shame! Shame!
Now, what we cannot see in Ross's cell phone video is if the SUV made contact with the agent because the camera angle jerks up to the sky. But DHS still says it supports the agency's initial position, releasing this statement saying, quote, the footage corroborates what DHS has stated all along, that this individual was impeding law enforcement and weaponized her vehicle in an attempt to kill or cause bodily harm to federal law enforcement. The officer was in fear of his own life, the lives of his fellow officers, and acted in self-defense. The American people can watch this video with their own eyes and ears and judge for themselves. The shooting itself, Aaron, is also not visible. You do, though, hear 3 gunshots. Aaron.
All right, Kyung La.
If you're enjoying the video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons. Meanwhile, 7 months ago, where was all this selective outrage and protest for this mother of 2 that was killed by six illegal immigrants?
Flashback.
Larisha Thompson was working 2 jobs to give her daughters, who are 12 and 20 years old, a good life.
She made a way for them to do and be able to do whatever, whenever. She, was their best friends, talked to them all day long.
Tiffany Thompson now has to care for those girls. It's a promise she made to her sister, Larisha.
I haven't slept. I haven't ate. I just feel sick to my stomach.
Larisha, known to family as Sherelle, was on her way out for bowling with friends on May 2nd, but she never made it. Family found her shot dead at the wheel of her car on the side of the road.
There's a lot on all of us. We numb. We angry. Like I said, we sad.
Deputies arrested 3 adults and 3 teens, ages 13 to 21, for Larisha's murder. The sheriff says none of the suspects are in the country legally.
Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
I just gotta pray for them. Like, I can't be angry. I'm not angry at them. I'm angry that they didn't leave her alone.
Detectives say the 6 suspects also broke into this convenience store 2 days before they're accused of killing Larisha at random. The store owner says the suspects tried to get in by shooting up this door, but they couldn't get in. So they shot up the back camera, but missed the front one. And deputies were able to use surveillance pictures from that to catch up with them. Investigators say the gun in the attempted break-in at the store belonged to Asiel Amenadez Torres Chirinos and was the same gun used to kill Larisha.
I just want Sherelle back. I just want my sister back.
Tiffany is staying strong, praying she'll be able to raise her nieces like their mother would.
Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Law enforcement agents around The question is why? What do you plan on doing? It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force. And they can use deadly force in response to stop you. We need to be clear about these laws. We cannot become a society where we just decide to take everything in our own hands and start to commit crimes against law enforcement. It is a crime. You may not like what they're doing. I can understand that there's a lot of emotions out there, but that does not mean that you get to commit a crime, especially one that could lead to deadly force. We need to keep everyone safe. Our responsibilities when it comes to federal agents, and I've been asked these questions, we do not interfere with the duties and responsibilities of federal agents. We don't have to agree with it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to agree with it. We do not interfere with their orders. And when they go out to carry out their orders, they will do that the way that they're trained to do it and their understanding of what it is they have to do. Another one. CPD will not arrest and cannot arrest federal agents because someone deems what they're doing is illegal or unlawful. Their rules of engagement are different from CPD and other local law enforcement agents. We need to be clear about this. If we're not clear about this, we will see another event like we saw Saturday. We cannot move like this in this city. If we want to keep the peace in this city, we need to be smart about how we do things. And attacking law enforcement under any circumstances is not safe for anyone. Because as I've said before, a member of law enforcement who cannot protect himself or herself cannot protect anyone else. And we have a responsibility to make sure that we protect ourselves and each other so that we can protect everyone else in this city.
And there you have it. And I approve of the superintendent's message. As an individual who has served the country in and out of uniform, I know if without order, there can only be chaos. And I was told long ago that it's typically the privileged who believe they can create chaos without consequences. But I want to hear from you. In the comments section, give me your thoughts and opinions on this topic, as well as any other topic here on Male Reality Lessons. And be sure to check out other videos here on the channel. It'll do you good. So always, thank you for watching and have a nice day.